Jujutsu Kaisen.
Remember, did I call that?
Yeah, you did. You did call that.
Yeah. Let's fucking go.
Okay,
Let's go.
Here's the thing, guys. The reason Josh is so celebratory right now is before we hit record, Josh has a tendency to try and predict what we're covering first, and this time he got it right. He beat the randomizer. So good for you, Josh. Very proud of you.
Yeah. I got I'm 2 for 3.
Are you? I gotta start keeping track.
I think I started doing it consecutively, and in my mind where it counts. About like 2 podcasts ago. You gotta
start having like a little paper beside you and do like a tally marker of wins and losses.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna get to that.
He's gonna have a legal pad next episode.
I'll be right back.
He's gonna get it right now.
No, right now. But I got it right.
All right. Well, Josh is off looking for something to keep his tally scores on. Let's get into it. Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 145, The Back. Last we left off, the calling game is just about 19 days away from going off, and in the intervening time, our heroes have gone into the weird temple that Master Tengen resides in, only to find him looking like a fucking ancient thumb man. So we're about to find out what exactly his deal is, and he's the first thing they really ask him is like why he closed off the tombs to the Star Corridor, which like make it easier to find him. Why is he basically hiding? And he reveals that like he was afraid that these guys might be in alignment with Kenjaku, who is Noritoshi Kamo, who is Geto. He is the sorcerer behind it all, Kenjaku. So we're gonna call him Kenjaku from here on out. It might be
Kenjaku. No, I like the other one better, man.
Noritoshi Kamo.
Noritoshi.
That's the problem is that there's already a character named Noritoshi Kamo who's a descendant of the real Noritoshi Kamo. Noritoshi Kamo is the name of the sorcerer whose body he took over. Just like Geto is. That's why, yeah. Just like Geto.
Damn. All right.
He's the
his true name is
his Kenjaku is the sorcerer's real name.
Kenjaku.
Every one of these sorcerers, like the real ancient evil ones, they always go by one name. They follow the seal rule. It's just like I am one name now. I am Prince. I am Seal. I am Kenjaku. It's very fun. My favorite part is that immediately Itadori asks him, like, Master Tengen, why do you look like that?
That was my number one. Like, wait, you're the good guy?
As
soon as they didn't fight him, I was like, oh, man, he got to explain why the fuck you look like that.
I love it because nobody ever asks that. Whenever people see people in, like, who look weird, they never just like, why are you like this? Luffy does it sometimes. Itadori's another one. But yeah, this guy, he looks eerily creepier when he smiles. Tengen's like, I may be immortal, but I'm not immune to aging. After 500 years, you'd look like this. And he just,
ew, are you sure?
That's what Itadori says, like, for real? All right. But enough with the silly stuff. We get into more exposition proper.
I'm over it.
Are you?
I'm over it.
Okay.
I was gonna say how he looks like an eraser. You know what I'm saying? For that.
He looks like a used candle. So he starts to explain that 11 years ago he failed to merge with the Star Plasma vessel.
Oh no, this is the last one. Look how long it looks in this pause. How in this picture? Wait, what the fuck? Did he? You know. All right, now I'm finished.
Okay, good.
All right.
Okay, so apparently because he failed to merge with the Star Plasma vessel, which we've seen in a flashback, it's this girl that like Geto and Gojo were supposed to protect way back, who was supposed to be, I guess, the next body of Tengen, and she was assassinated. So that didn't help matters at all. So you know. There was never another person who could be a Star Plasma vessel, apparently, since then. So ever since that happened, Tengen kind of evolved into the world itself. So he's basically, I guess, the Force. He's everywhere, but not everywhere. Even the thing that he is right now, this weird fucking figure, it's just a physical manifestation of his form. Like, he's not really there in this form. For whatever reason, he's chosen to look like this. But yeah, they basically asked him, they tried to ask him all the questions, like, what are Kenjaku's objectives and how do we open the prison realm? And he says, I'll help you, but there is one condition. He says, he specifically calls out Okotsu, Yuki, Tsukumo, and Choso for 2 of the 3 of them to remain there as his guards. And that's very confusing because he's immortal and he's probably, I guess, the strongest thing in this universe to a degree. So he starts to explain that, like, Kenjaku's basic goal is to evolve the human race in Japan by merging them with Tengen himself. So basically making everybody jujutsu sorcerers by putting a little bit of him in everybody, by spreading this guy around, I guess, is the best way. I had to read this chapter like 4 times to really be like, what is happening?
Yeah, I didn't, which is why I don't know what's happening. No, I do. It's just, I guess I'm refining it now, just looking through these pages.
Yeah. And the reason
I'm kind of stuck on one particular point, but I'll get to it later.
The reason that he couldn't do it before is that he just didn't have the cursed energy to do it. So,
Sure.
So by doing this culling game, it basically just increases the amount of cursed energy in the air. And, he's basically looking to do what happened in Tokyo to the rest of the world by using this culling game to build up, I guess, enough power to merge him with everybody. Because, of course, Tengen's soul is the entire world at this point. And basically, they also is like, why don't you just stop it? Why don't you just not do that? And Tengen is like, well, now that I've evolved and I've become the world, essentially, I am more cursed spirit than human being, as you can see by my weird eraser head. So that basically makes him a target for cursed spirit manipulation. And everybody is like, shit!
And that's really bad because
he could turn everybody into jujutsu sorcerers and then just fuck the world up like he did to Shibuya. Yeah? I think.
Oh, so he could be manipulated easily through his technique anyway.
Yes.
So, which is Kenjaku's ability in the first place.
It's actually Geto's ability that Kenjaku now has power and control over.
Ooh.
It's because he has Geto specifically that it's such a huge danger. It's because now he is eligible to be manipulated in the same way Mahito was. So.
Yeah, which is why he made a big deal out of everything kind of like really happening by chance, and they took advantage.
Yeah.
Of this okay, it makes a lot of sense. So that's what's at stake here. The world can end via cursed spirits running fucking wild because Tengen is the one that's holding everything back in the first place. Because everybody has negative emotions and cursed energy.
Yeah.
But they can't just run around for free because Tengen is that negative.
Yeah,
but
basically.
If Kenjaku wins, right? Yeah, I gotta do these things to help remember his name.
I appreciate
Bear with
that.
Me. He's going to take over Tengen, use his own ability via curse manipulation, and it essentially break down the barrier one way or another.
Yeah, and he'll turn a bunch of people into jujutsu sorcerers under his control, basically. Like he'll make his own jujutsu core and fuck shit up around the world. And what's the world going to do? Because there's the most jujutsu and the most cursed energy is in Japan. So the rest of the world probably won't be equipped enough to really deal with these guys. So
they will be very strong sorcerers.
Yeah.
Also, the moment any of them can't, hold their ability down, then they lose the entire planet to a curse fairy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I fully understand what's at stake here.
Yeah. So the
right.
Star Plasma vessel and the Six Eyes, which is basically what Tengen has and what Gojo has, they've just been reincarnated throughout the years, and they're connected by fate. And Kenjaku has apparently lost twice to Sorcerers of the Six Eyes. So that's the one person that he can't beat. And so one day, like during one of his like thousands of years being alive, he switched. He found both the Star Plasma vessel and the Six Eyes and killed both of them. Or he killed the Six Eyes while he was a baby because but that didn't work because obviously another Six Eyes was born. But he killed them right there because like there's no way two Six Eyes can like exist. So what he thought of now was to just seal one. So by sealing Gojo, he ensured that there wouldn't be another person who could use Gojo's techniques and abilities, and basically he takes his people off the board. Like the strongest person in the verse is out of the game. It explains that also Toji Zenin, Megumi's dad, really fucked shit up along the way.
Did the absolute most for no reason.
Yeah.
Do you remember? He was just mad, right?
I think he was just
fuck all of this extra shit. I'm gonna do this.
Well, he had no cursed energy, so like he basically just dominated everybody with no cursed energy. He was like what Rock Lee aspired to be. Just the GOAT without the powers.
He's Asta.
Yeah. He's Asta, I guess. But if Asta didn't have his nerf everything sword, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. He nerfed everybody with just his skill and ferocity.
Yeah.
And his knife. He stabbed Gojo up and said, hold that. Pumped him up.
Okay, so it turns out that in order to go through with this merging with Tengen, he had to take certain binding vows. One stipulates is that he's not the game master for the culling game. So, you can't really... It doesn't really work in his favor, because even if they do kill Kenjaku, then the game will not end. So, yeah. The game will continue until all the players are dead or all the players refuse participation and die. So the game could pretty much go on forever. And then everybody kind of remembers that there's the sixth rule with excluding the point value of a player's own life. Players may expend 100 points to negotiate with the game master to add one rule to the culling game. And basically their goal now is to participate and gain enough points so they can negotiate a rule where Jujutsu sorcerers or people in general could just refuse to play the game. So, yeah. They start to like try to ask more questions or figure more stuff out, but the Star Plasma vessel, Tengen is like, first you got to decide which of you are gonna stay. And
whoa.
hold up. All right, I told you too much already. Sugamo and Choso volunteered together, because essentially they're gonna need either Okotsu or Yuko there, and Okotsu just wants to go, and Yuki's like, I could stay. I still want to talk to Tengen and stuff. So Tengen has his bodyguards, which is pretty cute.
I'm glad Okotsu didn't stay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see Okotsu turn shit up, dude. I'm excited. Also, I guess we should say that like the reason, obviously, Tengen wants bodyguards is that now that he's kind of just he's so vulnerable to the curse manipulation technique that Geto holds, that he would want people to protect him. He would want a couple layers of protection.
I mean, he's got two good fighters. The Blood Dude, at the very least,
Yuki's nice, apparently.
Take an ass whooping. No, I'm saying like. Yuki's probably gonna hold it down on her own. The Blood Dude, at the very least, can defend himself.
Yeah, he could take it. He can hold him with his own.
I don't like. He's not gonna drag him down. I guess is how I'm looking at it. He's not a bad lesser option
for sure.
Right?
Yeah, he's the one that makes sense to stay. I mean. He said it himself, is that you definitely want one of these two strongest people in the series here. So, I'll stay, and only one of them has to stay. So Tengen thanks him, and then is like, all right, I'm going to teach you how to free Gojo. And he pulls out of this dark void the back of the prison realm. Because apparently the prison realm has just like a back door. And he explains that, this is the back. You can't just open it. You kind of need the confirmation of basically Kenjaku to open it, unless you have certain things that can break it open, like the inverted spear of heaven, which nullifies curse techniques, or the black roll, which disrupts and cancels cursed techniques effects. But unfortunately, these two things are basically the only way you can open this prison realm, because these are essentially two parts of the same whole. Like one's the entrance and one's the exit, to a degree. But yeah, unfortunately, Gojo may have destroyed the inverted spear, and also he may have gotten rid of all the black rope.
May have.
And they're like, "Oh, why did you do that?
Why? Why did he get? Why?"
I would like to say that it may have been hindsight, just like this is hindsight talking, because at the time it may have been a huge deal. We got to get rid of these things, and they didn't know that it would be absolutely needed in 11 years, which is really funny. Akotsu apparently went around the world, specifically to Africa, to find the remaining black rope, but there was no more. It's all gone. And
that's cool.
Yuki turns out, like, there has to be another way, though, right? And Tengen's like, well, there is another way. There is a participant in the calling game who calls herself an angel, and her cursed technique can extinguish any cursed technique. And that's where the chapter ends.
Very interesting.
Yeah, this was a lot of talking. I don't know if we got all the details across very well, but we did our best. There is a lot to dissect here, and this is a very complicated power system to begin with. I mean, it's really good to establish, certain goals for the culling game, and what the culling game, we at least have like kind of a roadmap about how it's supposed to go, and a way out, essentially. Because we don't know how you win this game, but apparently the way you win it is by getting enough points to negotiate a new rule in your favor. So, yeah, there's a lot of things going for it. And now there's this new cursed technique from Chainsaw Man, the angel from Chainsaw Man, it looks like.
Yeah, right?
Is pulled up. I really like this chapter, though. I had to read it a couple times, man. And even now, I'm still just like, I feel like I missed some stuff, but, I get it.
No, I think the key here is just like what lies next.
Yes.
They went through all of this. All I hate to admit it, but I feel like he kind of went in a really roundabout way of getting to his point that, in fact, they need to go find this girl that knows the technique. With his over explanation of, all of these things that we had mentioned before, yep, they don't work.
Yeah.
But aside from that nitpick, I think really like talking about it with you helped me understand what Tenjin's role is.
Yeah.
Why he looks that ugly, and what fuck, I forgot his name already. Noritoshi.
Kenjaku.
Kenjaku. Right. I understand his plot. He wants to his way of taking over the world is via creating cursed sorcerers via this weird game, and that's that. That's what they got to do. And now they got to find this angel chick so they can do.
And also merging with Tengen.
Prison. What?
And also merging with Tengen himself.
Yeah. All of that.
All of it.
It's all. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, great chapter. Lots to dissect and take down. But that's all I really have to say about it. I'm very excited for next week. I guess we're probably going to start getting into the action next week, hopefully. So, very into it.